All right, I am calling Wednesday, June 28th, 2023, Code Review Task Force meeting to order at 5:30 PM. The clerk will take roll.
Sarah Albrecht,
Here.
Donna Jensen,
Here.
Godin and Birdpad,
Here.
Nancy Nystuen,
Here.
Andrew Newsma,
Here.
Shelley Ward is absent, Joshua Walls, absent, and Steve Roush, absent.
Okay, we have a quorum. I'd like to thank Steve and Nancy for their dedicated service on the task force, as they will be stepping down after this meeting. 5 newly appointed members will be joining us beginning next month. I count 5 people in the galley, so that must be them. Members of the public may attend in person or participate online at zoom.us/join, meeting ID 882-3576-6995. Once you log into the meeting, please use the chat feature to tell the moderator if you wish to speak to an item. More information is available in the agenda packet and on the city's website. Now on to the agenda. The first item of the meeting tonight is adoption of the agenda. City clerk, does staff have any changes?
No changes, Chair.
Do any task force members have changes? May I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
Motion.
Seconded. All right, moved by Donna, seconded by Godin. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Second order is approval of minutes. Any changes to the minutes?
Nothing from staff.
May I have a motion to approve?
I move.
Moved by Sarah, seconded by Godin. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Item 3 is the bulk of our work tonight. It is the final review and approval of Title VII, Health and Sanitation. The final version of this chapter was included in the meeting packet. Our general practice for the final review is to go through the text one last time. We're looking specifically at the highlighted yellow changes. Those are the things that have changed since the last discussion. So we will go ahead and start on what is labeled as page 9 of 155 in the packet. Now fortunately, 60 of those pages are for homework, so otherwise my thumbs are going to get sore here flipping. And so it's some updates to the definition. It looks like that there needs to be statutory language for managed natural landscape. All right. Any questions or changes? Okay. We'll continue to flip forward. I think the next set of changes, a very minor one, is on page 17. You'll note that that it says that it is unlawful for any person to park, keep, place, or store outside or permit the parking or storage of junk, inoperable, or abandoned vehicles. So that has been clarified to remove stock car or racing car. More changes. I think our next set is pages 22 and 23. And this is a new section. It was here last time, but it's a new section talking about the biodiversity and clarifying managed natural landscapes and pollinator gardens, etc. And the notes say that there was a new statute that was enacted this year that states the city must allow an owner to install and maintain a managed natural landscape. Any questions or discussion on this section? For our new members, we've pretty much already been over this. This is just the final review, so we're making sure that everything's correct. We'll move to page 24, which further clarifies the ordinance and talks about the height of the grass and the clarification of manage to maintain.
Just a comment, I'm all for it. I'm just guessing there might be some people who'll freak out that grass can be 8 inches. So, others will have to deal with the
That's why Dan
complaints
is here. Dan's
about
here
that.
to
That's right.
your broad shoulders to carry the.
Chair.
Yes. Oh, thank you.
Chair, Commission, or task force members, our length of grass has actually been 8 inches for as long as I've been here.
Is it?
Yeah, so it shouldn't be a shock to the community that it's not a significant change. I'd also like to clarify, height and length can be two different things.
Oh, so this says 8 inches in height, so it could be 2 feet long, but bent over.
Yeah, I'm giving you an inspector's perspective.
Oh, all right.
So it's all in, what the wording says here. Height would be appropriate.
Okay, that'd be a lot of grass.
Yeah.
And,
Okay.
Chair,
Turning over.
Chair, and I can clarify the changes that we made were to accommodate this new statute going into effect this summer, which protects an owner's right to have a managed natural landscape, which is why we updated those definitions. And it says in the statute that they're allowed to have that longer than 8 inches. So the substantive change here mainly is that if it fits the statutory definition of a managed natural landscape, then it can be more than 8 inches. But if it does not, if it's just turf grass, then it's still an 8-inch maximum.
Could someone then replace the turf grass with like prairie grass that grows a couple feet tall?
If it fits the definition of managed natural landscape, which it probably does, that includes meadow vegetation, which is the terminology that was used the last time we were
Okay.
looking at the code.
Thank you. Other comments on this section? Okay, we will move forward. Page 28. Really, the only substantive change there is on 7.1.11A 2B. You can see that it clarifies that the number of passenger vehicles may not exceed the number that can be garaged and parked off-street on driveways versus on the property. Okay, pretty minor changes. And then, I'm not sure if we actually have anything else. Page 47. So this is about operating standards and the results being reported in the inspection summary. Okay, title's just been updated, not a substantive change.
Page 50.
Okay. So this is about mandatory emergency water conservation measures. Now, I saw something from the city. We're not in a emergency water conservation status right now, are we? They're just voluntarily reducing, asking for voluntary reductions.
It's a request.
It's a request. Okay.
Chair, and we also have the watering restrictions, and that's regardless, those happen every year.
Okay. And then on the following page, you can just see the call out to the city's fee schedule.
Just so you all know, they talked about all of this, at just skipping through all these pages.
92. Yeah.
92, okay. De-icer, application and use, buffer zones, to the maximum extent practicable.
Practicable.
I feel like that needs a correction.
It's a word.
Is it? Okay. De-icer use shall be minimized within the established buffer zones as outlined in City Code Section 10.8.5, or within 20 feet of the edge of any wetland, pond, or lake. Okay, that is the conclusion of 7. Can I have a motion to approve the final version of Title 7 as presented tonight?
Motion.
Moved by Donna, seconded by Sarah. All those in favor say aye. Raise your hands. Aye. Motion's unanimous. Okay, that takes us to miscellaneous items. The next code review task force meeting will be July 26th at 5:30 PM here in the council chambers. Meetings will typically be held on the last Wednesday night of each month. Our homework is to review Title 8, Public Ways and Property. The red line version is included in tonight's packet. Comments are due by July 12th. Michelle, as part of the orientation, were the new task force members briefed on how they submit changes and
Yes.
things like that? Okay. And then are we planning at next meeting that we'll have kind of a get-to-know breakout like we did when we first started? Yes?
Sure, we can.
Okay, perfect. All right. If there's no other business, all right, meeting adjourned. Thank you.